Sir, I have never seen cringe levels like this before. You're gonna have to send backup.
A little bit of ice, a little bit of sugar.
What do you mean we don't have the budget?
I am a vibration, people can tune in.
This amount of cringe is bound to swallow the entire city whole, sir.
I am love, I am abundance.
We're doomed.
Honest, you're whole.
I guess this is up to me.
I'm learning how to navigate being an empath.
God help us all.
Don't wanna complicate ya.
On today's episode of Evil Content Cop, we're going to be talking about the hippie of TikTok, the most cringe I have ever seen in one dose, Shannon Blake. I know you know her. She's been on your timeline at least once, and if you're smart, you swiped away really quickly because this amount of cringe cannot be handled by humankind. We're just not built to withstand this level of cringe.
I'm well aware that I attract what I allow.
But you're just lucky you have Evil Content Cop on the beat right now to hand out these charges for all of this cringe. This is interstellar. This is galactic levels of cringe. I'm probably gonna say the word cringe 5,000 times in this video because that is what its biggest crime is. So that does bring us to the first charge, which is a gigantic charge of cringe. Just to get it off the bat, rip the band-aid off, we're saying it right away. But this lady over here, she claims to be like a Nordic alien out there, and these Nordic aliens are written to be the blonde-haired, blue-eyed, Aryan race of outer space, okay? Hitler's homies. And she's just out there being like, I'm one of these guys. That's a little bit crazy. That's something wild to be saying out here. But just the lyrics to this TikTok right here, I'm well aware I attract what I allow in.
I'm well aware that I attract what I allow.
You're a vibration people can choose to tune in.
I am a vibration, people can tune in.
Are you kidding me? And then talking about how you're an alien over here. Cringe, 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 cringe. But that leads us to the second charge of incest bait. Check out this TikTok over here.
A little bit of ice, a little bit of sugar.
Check out how it ends.
Honest, you're whole. You're whole. I love you.
Yeah, this is apparently with her cousin. Just written in the caption, cousin. Now there's been a lot of debate going on what's going on here with cousin. I'm not here to dive into the personal life of these people, but I've been on the internet for quite a long time, and I think that she really is just playing into the whole incest fetish that is going on the internet, because as we're going to see as we progress through this video, she likes to fetishize her character and everything about it. If she can find a way to make it subtly sexual, she's going to be definitely doing that. And I think that this whole cousin thing is a way to create controversy around that taboo. I don't know what's real, I don't know what's fake, but I am throwing out a huge charge of incest bait. And now we're going to be handing out a charge that we hand out a lot here on Evil Content Cop, and that is we got 4 or 5 gigantic heaping counts of hypocrisy. On one hand, she says she's spiritually grounded, but on the other hand, here's my Bronco. On one hand, she says, I'm a hippie, but on the other hand, she's like not a hippie, bro. It's so clearly just like an influencer character. This shit is a grift, okay? She does not believe a goddamn word coming out of her face. She's just taking a bunch of drugs, doing a bunch of research, and by research, I mean just like watching Ancient Aliens and then turning that into her pop star character or whatever. It's very silly, but if you're familiar with conspiracy theories, Ancient Aliens, all that kind of stuff that gets talked about on a pseudoscience, counterculture kind of way, everything she's spewing just comes from a couple Google searches and then eating a bunch of mushrooms. But then we're gonna get to a charge that everybody is throwing at this lady on the internet, and that is culture vulturing. And I guess none of that would be such a huge deal if she wasn't cashing in on it big time. Oh, black culture, I'd like to have those dreadlocks really quick. Okay, yoink. Oh, Hawaiians, I'll take this and that from your culture. Oh, Native Americans, I'll take one of these and one of those and one of these and one of those, dash in one of them. Okay, here's my personality. And if you're not familiar with narcissists, that's how narcissists work. They kind of absorb qualities from things that are all around them and then embody them like they're theirs. And then she claims to be an empath.
Being an empath.
No person that is actually an empath comes on going, I try to navigate being an empath. That is a ridiculous thing to say as an empath, but as a narcissist, totally makes sense.
Being an empath.
And I didn't even charge her with narcissism here. So let's just throw on narcissism while we're here. And not only is she taken from all of those cultures, she's also taking from the conspiracy theory world, like I just mentioned. Let the conspiracy theorists, the Giorgio Sucraloses of the world, have their conspiracy theories, okay? That's their entire identity. Don't come out here and claim to be one of these Nordic aliens from the past, from a distant future, from another dimension, or whatever the hell you're claiming to be, lady. That is the Giorgio Sucraloses lane of the world. Have you ever heard of David Childress? I'm naming these names off the top of my head because I've been watching Ancient Aliens, and that's what you're trying to serve me up, is just like a couple episodes of Ancient Aliens on a platter. I'm not buying it. I don't believe it. I would much rather watch Action Bronson watch Ancient Aliens than watch you appropriate the conspiracy theory culture. And then I touched on it earlier when we talked about the cousin situation, the incest bait, but the last charge is fetishization. Using other cultures in a sexual way to make money feels particularly racist. I'm not saying that it is racist, but coming from the Aryan race alien, it just feels kind of icky. Now, she might not be racist. I'm not here to claim that she's racist. She's just cashing in on this influencer character in as many ways as possible. Because of course, the dreadlocks and the dream catchers and the necklaces and all of this sort of stuff is used to promote an OF. And I don't care if that's the kind of work that you do. Live your life, do your thing. I'm all about it, okay? It just feels particularly icky to embody all of these things that are not you. I don't know, it feels weird. Feels super weird enough for me to come in and give you the charge for fetishization. Okay, sir, I did it. I handed out all the charges for cringe, incest bait, hypocrisy, appropriation. I even threw in narcissism as a bonus, and then to cap it all off, fetishization. But I don't think she's crumbling, sir. I don't think it's happening. I think it's just making her stronger, sir. She's growing. Oh my gosh, she's 10 times, 100 times the size she was before. We're all doomed. And in conclusion, it does really feel like Shannon Blake is kind of a supervillain online. Her only fans seem to be children and incels. And that's fine. Well, I don't know if it's fine. She's selling sexual content to children, so that's probably not fine, right? But everyone does that online. That's what literally the whole internet is based on, is selling secretly their sexual content when their only fans are children, or secretly selling gambling when their only fans are children. So I'm not coming on here and be like on the moral high ground, because it's not uncommon on the internet what she's doing. But it doesn't make it right, okay? She's a grifter and a manipulator, and I do not like her, not one bit. Nuh-uh-uh. But you know who I do like? You, because you're in the end gang. You made it all the way to the end of the video, which means you're in the illustrious group we call the End Gang. On this channel, we don't care about anybody outside of the End Gang. We are not empaths on this channel unless you're in the End Gang. And if you're in the End Gang, I have so much empathy and so much sympathy for you. Tell me all your stories. But if you're not in the End Gang, couldn't even give a shit less. Okay, thank you for watching. Please remember to hit like, press subscribe, and until my next upload, watch another upload. Okay, bye for now.